What does it take to be an artist? Woo! Where to begin answering that question? By the way, if you are an artist, I'd love to hear your take, your perception, your journey, your experience as to what it takes to be an artist. There is a difference. I do believe that everybody is creative, but I'm separating people who have everybody is creative, but not everybody is artistic. So I think one of the key components of being an artist is you have to be somewhat sensitive. And when I mean sensitive, I don't mean that you cry at sunsets. I mean that you are acutely in tune, aware of your emotions, your feelings, your senses, because you've got to perceive things and acknowledge them and process them. So sensitivity. The downside with sensitivity is this is the other part of being what it takes to be an artist, is that you are going to experience a tidal wave, a roller coaster of emotions, because you feel a lot. And I think that art isn't created without pain and suffering. And that leads to this very strange relationship that a lot of artists have with themselves. It's this quasi-sadomasochistic relationship. It hurts like fuck to really get into the guts of your heart and emotions, and then to regurgitate those emotions and put yourself out there. And then it becomes magnified because you are putting yourself out there, setting yourself up for rejection, which is a very painful thing. Rejection can manifest physically, you've heard of people being heartbroken and they have a pain in their heart and it manifests in parts of the body where we get inflamed. But anyway, as an artist, you are continually setting yourself up for rejection. So you've got to be, this is the irony, or the oxymoron, the dichotomy of being an artist, is that you've got to be acutely sensitive, but at the same time you've got to be as tough as shit. Acutely sensitive, tough as shit to navigate the rejection, to handle and deal with the overload of emotions that you're going to feel. So you've got to be acutely sensitive. That includes emotional intelligence. You've got to really be aware and take in what's happening around you. And then that leads to something else about being an artist, is that it can lead to a high level of skepticism and being cynical and jaded, because you are aware, you see a lot of the beauty in the world. There's an incredible amount of beauty in the world. But at the same time, when your eyes are open, you hear, you taste, you also see the ugliness of the human species, the greed, the selfishness, the lack of sensitivity from other people, the lack of empathy. You start to see it all very clearly. And it's this bombardment of information and knowledge that compels us to express. And then maybe the last part of the equation of what it takes to be an artist is that you have to be connected, your consciousness, to a high consciousness, to the universe. Call it God, call it Allah. There is a higher source, a higher power, it's like there is a frequency that you have to be able to tune into, and from that frequency you are given gifts, information. All the artist is really is a conduit for the beauty and the ugliness of the world, of the universe, and it passes through us, and we translate that into music, into painting, into sculpture, into dance, into movement, into endless forms of expression. There is great privilege in being an artist. There is great responsibility in being an artist. And with all the romance that comes with it, it is a job. It is a hard job to be an artist, to express to people what they don't want to hear, to reveal openly and hold up a mirror to society. So let's break it down to a couple of words that really sum it up. Some traits, some qualities. Courage. It takes courage to be an artist. It takes vulnerability to be an artist. I'm going to add to courage. It takes cojones. It takes balls. It takes balls. And the strange thing about being an artist is that you've got to be, as a male artist, I've got to be all man to go out there and have the balls to go out and express myself, but yet I have to be completely in touch with my femininity, the beauty of the feminine part of us is the nurture, the care, the responsibility, the empathy. And so you combine that into a melting pot, you'll find that most male artists are very much in touch with their feminine side. And I hope that doesn't come across as sexist, because to say that it's our feminine side, which kind of puts people into boxes, but I think what I mean by the feminine side is, again, the more gentle, not that women are not strong, be careful. Am I digging my own grave here? But I think you understand in the grand scheme of things, in the context, what I mean by my feminine side. So there you have it, my breakdown of what I think it takes to be an artist. I've missed a whole bunch of stuff, and I would love for you to chime in. Whether you are an artist or whether you're not an artist, I would love to hear from you and break down what you think it takes to be an artist.